This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from jail to jail and from the church house to the fib house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keep it real.
DJing today. Good morning to you lovely people. What's going on? I kind of missed y'all.
Hey. I'm alive. I'm here.
I heard that. Listen, so much has gone on. So much has gone on this week. And I was like, oh my gosh, should I do like a special or what? Good morning, lovely people. Welcome to Shop Talk with Mel. That is what you are listening to right now. We're on every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yes, 10 a.m. until 12 noon on your favorite podcast. Look us up. We are under Let's Shop Talk. I have my co-host today, Roogle the movie guy. What's happening?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
And then I have the lovely Nick, the voice of the community. What's going on?
Hey, lovely people. All is well. All is well.
I heard that. So let's just jump on right into it. Let me get these numbers out. Listen, if you want to join in this conversation live, feel free to do so. The phone number here is 515-602-9667. 515-602-9667. Can't get through that one. It's 614-524-5328. All right. Nick.
Yes.
We gonna start with our boy. No, I'm gonna save Kirk. Okay. I'm gonna save Kirk. Roogle, you heard about Kirk?
Kirk Franklin?
Yes, sir.
And he told his son's gonna break his neck. Something like that.
They ain't know he had that in him. See, I said I was going to wait for that one. They ain't know he had that in him. But you know what? Let's just jump right into it. That's our topic. Right. Stomp. All right. Nick. Okay, wait. Let's set it up for the people that don't know. Kirk Franklin, in the gospel industry, everybody knows him. Very popular. Popular song, Stomp. I guess it has some meaning behind that one. His son called him. I gotta set this up though, because they try to make it seem like it was like really, really bad, you know, and they're like, oh, I can't believe that he was cursing because his son recorded him. So he was cussing his son out, and we don't know what the conversation was prior to his son recording him. So his son had the control. He had the ball in his court. So we don't, you know, he probably didn't have his stuff recorded. He just heard his father say he was going to break his neck, and he used the N-word. It was like, if you ever disrespect me again. See, that's why we needed to see the preface or preface, however you want to pronounce it.
Exactly.
So it's like, what did you say that he felt that he needed to spaz out like that? Am I justifying his actions? I absolutely am.
How old is his son?
33.
Well, that's a conversation between two grown men.
So, and you know.
Let's go. Let's get it on.
Yes, and you know, I had to sit there. I'm like,
they got to be a teenager.
You as a father. Okay, that's why I was like, oh, I cannot wait. You,
I didn't know he was that old.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So everybody's spazzing out. The world.
Yeah.
The world's spazzing out. I'm gonna let you go ahead because we got to go in dialogue. The world's spazzing out because they're like, oh, that's his son. But he's 33. That's a grown man. And y'all hear me say this all the time. Yes, you are the parent. But when you become an adult, you transition from parent mode to counselor. You know, so it's like, okay, before I was telling you, you need to do this, that, this is how it's going to be. Now you're an adult. You don't even live with me. Go ahead, Roogle. You go.
Hey, when I first heard about it, I thought the son was a teenager. I didn't know he was like an old man. About to get Social Security. About to get checked.
33. Jesus' age. When he died.
I mean, you crazy. But I even realized that. Like, you know, I thought it was like, I thought it was like, oh, this is like a kid that's in his house. You know what I mean? And maybe he is in his house. I don't know.
Nope.
But I mean, Kurt Franklin's had a little bit of a checker pass, if you will. You know what I mean? This is the least of the things, you know, from what I've understood that has transpired. But I don't think people should be upset with him if he lost his cool with his son. The issue would be, has he always lost his cool with the son when he was like in his formidable years and all that kind of stuff? Or was this a separate event? Now,
I watched the interview on the Tamron Hall show, and she was, you know, actually she was asking him questions, but he kind of went into he addressed the elephant in the room, so to speak. And he was saying how it's always been an issue since he was younger. Now, I don't know if he talked to him that way and he finally recorded it, but he said there's always been an issue between him and his son since he was young. Kirk, you know, me and Kirk, we go way back. You hear me talking? He was pretty much saying that, you know, he said he spoke highly of his son's mom. Now, we don't know the insides or anything, and he was saying, you know, his mom is a wonderful person, but I guess he had an issue. And I'm going to tell you what just came across this morning. Actually, what is it? 22 hours ago. So this morning for me, because I woke up and seen it. Got the notification. But there had to be an issue. And to me, the issue is this young man. Like, if I'm buttering your bread all this time, not that I need to mistreat you, so hear me clear. But I'm buttering your bread. And if I don't do what you want me to do, you're not happy about it. Now you want to spaz out and tell me how terrible I am. I done moved on. I have a new wife. Stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is enough? And y'all, I'm going to leave my comments and my thoughts to myself. I want to hear from you, the people. 515-602-9667. Join on in. 614, if that line is busy, 614-524-5328. Go ahead. Roogle, you're going to be on this longer because I do have to ask more questions on this topic. Go ahead, Nick. What's your thoughts over the whole thing?
The whole thing is, I'm from the old school. That's the parent. I don't care if it was a teenager. If your child is acting out from 8 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, then you do what you got to do. You say what you got to say. I don't see a problem in it. And for some of the Christians, fast now, y'all need to quit. You know what it says? He who is without sin cast the first stone.
Thanks, Roogle. You know you be having to help us out.
I know that one very well, trust me. But period.
No, that was good.
So why y'all cutting up? Because there's a lot of y'all that's said or done a lot worse to your kid, in front of your kid. Yeah. So don't play with me.
My question would be, so you said he wasn't like, so the child when he was younger, he wasn't with the kid during his adolescence.
Not to my understanding, the way he spoke, he said his mom raised him really well. So I'm just making an assumption.
So what caused the conversation to even happen?
We don't know.
Okay.
That's why we're saying we don't know the preface of it. You know, where the son started to record. You know, where the son actually started to record, it was in the part of N-word, if you ever disrespect me. It went right from that part.
Yeah, well, that's the part that the son shared.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
That ain't just the part that got recorded. That's all he wanted to share.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I just kind of feel like this is like if there was some kind of impropriety when he was a kid or something like that. I mean, that's a different topic altogether. Mm-hmm. But just if we take it in the context in which we got it, you know, he's 33. Kurt Franklin, whatever age he is, him and his son had a misunderstanding or whatever, and he used some words. I think, like, as a parent sometimes, there are those times where we be like, dang, I wish I wouldn't have did it like that. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody has those issues. You know what I mean? It's not I don't think it's a unfamiliar thing for a parent to make a mistake. And let's put it like this. I mean, if he name called him, I mean, that's the least of a mistake that a parent can make versus like some of the treacherous things we see happen. You know what I mean? With parent-child relations and terrible situations. But in this case, he's 33 years old. Like, I don't know. Like, to me, it seems a little bit sensationalized. Like,
yes.
People were like, oh, this is some new stuff, you know, and all that kind of stuff. And I just kind of feel like, you know, I mean, to what Nick's thing was, you know, I mean, like, with it, and I was going to bring up a Bible verse, but
no, go with it.
It ain't like I'm a huge fan of Kurt Franklin. Let me put that out there. You know what I mean? But I will say that I just think this was blown completely out of proportion. You know what I mean? And technically, the son he messing up the church's money. Pun is intended. Pun is intended. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it makes me wonder, like, what's really going on? What's the underlying issue here? You know,
the thing that makes me curious is that you said he went and did an interview about it. So why did he say like what the focus of the conversation was?
Well, that's what he did say, that him and his son had issues coming up, and that's why they have to have a mediator on the phone. So when I play this clip, you'll be able to hear somebody laughing, which to me is feeding into it and having, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't okay. They thought that it was the wife, and the wife, she actually stated, she was like, that was not me. It's his godfather. His godfather was on the phone because they always have to have a mediator because how the conversation always goes left, per Kirk Franklin on the Tamron Hall show. So you guys can go back and, you know, see that. You know what I mean? If you, yeah, you can go replay everything now.
So there's been a history of them just not getting along.
Right.
And you know, the thing, I don't know.
No, go with it. Go with it.
I mean, like, part of me is just saying, like, well, he a grown man. Like, once he was 18, 21 years old, he could have chose never to talk to him again.
Yeah,
you know,
so...
I mean, like the son could have made the decision, like, hey, I don't like this relationship. I think it's bad for me. I don't want to deal with you, regardless of how much money he has.
Now,
you know what I mean?
Now, that's what Kirk pretty much was saying. He's like, he don't want to give up on his son. And he said, he was like, that's my son. He said, and I love him with all my heart. He said, but I cannot be disrespected, but he won't cut him off. So pretty much what you're saying as a man, because you know, you know how the mothers are.
But I mean, if Kirk Franklin feel the need to send him a check monthly, I mean, that's what it is. But if the son is so conflicted, like if it's a situation where every time we interact, is it worth having that conversation? Because it sounds like Kirk Franklin is going to cut the check regardless.
Maybe that's
you know what I mean. So I would say, like, what is the driving force? What is this wedge? What is this wedge? And what made him get to the point of like, hey, every conversation I have with my son, I got to have a mediator. You know how much? You know, think about it like this: how many times do you talk to your child or somebody that's you're fond of? You know, just on the spur of the moment. Just think of every time that you have to set up a formal meeting to just have a conversation. So it's something that happened there, and that hasn't been revealed to us, or there's some kind of situation that, I mean, to me, if I was him, I don't even think I would have did the interview. If
you will never address the elephant in the room.
I mean, what's the elephant in the room? Being a grown man who I helped bring into this world, who can have a misunderstanding, and so that's supposed to like destroy all my credibility and everything I've ever done.
Now, see, that's where the issue is. That's where the issue is at, and that's why he apologized.
To who?
To us. I didn't think so either. Go ahead.
My thing is like this though, and I think Kirk Franklin is wrong for this. I wouldn't apologize to the general public for a conversation I had with my son. Like, if he's truly sorry about what transpired, the apology is to his son. The community, I mean, why do he owe them an apology?
Good point. Good point.
It's between him, God, and his son.
Good point.
God and his son. You know, it ain't like he like cussed out a fan that was trying to be like, hey, can I get an autograph? Let's stomp or whatever he did. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not like, okay, he just generally disrespected the public. You know what I mean? I mean, like, this is getting a little bit kind of crazy. Unless there's some really deep-seated issue, you know, that they're trying to cover up and not talk about, that's a whole nother issue. But in the sense of him just having a disagreement and saying some unfavorable comments to his son, I don't know if that's necessary. I don't know about being apologizing to the general public, but I think people do. It's a PR stunt. I mean, just like
a PR stunt.
Yes,
you really
just like his son. He didn't release the whole video. He didn't release the whole whatever it was, video recording or whatever. He just released a snippet. You know, like, oh, okay, here's the hot button issue I'm going to release. You calling me the N-word.
Oh, okay. Let me say this in Kirk's defense. He said once his son got older, once his son became an adult, the disrespect got worse. I don't think that he's apologizing to the public because I guess the public saw him in that light. To me, just like Nick said, an apology wasn't needed, son. Cussing Christians. I mean, what did he? I don't see what he actually did that made him like, I mean, what's wrong? Because him being a gospel singer, they say that gospel music has gone too far. Isn't that it? I'm going to play it before it's over.
I